Hi guys, and welcome back to Crypto Chester. I'm here today for a cryptocurrency show as usual. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday we're kicking this off here. We go through a Bitcoin breakdown, altcoin assessment, and then we do a bit of a Shitcoin Showdown where we go into DEX tools and we sort of break down some altcoins together and well, some meme coins, and see if we can make some big gains there. And yeah, once we're done with Shitcoin Showdown, we move through to trading tip of the day, and that's where I give you guys a bit of a trading tip to take away with you. I've been trading probably nearly 7 years now in the markets, intraday trader every single day here. So I've got amples of experience in all different markets here, and hopefully I can give you some educational material for you guys to take away with you on your trading journey. So without further ado, let's begin with the alpha of the crypto space, and that is clearly gonna be the big dog, the big daddy, and that is obviously BTC. So let's get straight into a Bitcoin update, and let's try and find out the sentiment for the day and how that can benefit our trading ability. If you are, depending on where you're watching in the world or what platform you're watching on, make sure you say hello in the chat, guys. I can see all of the chats from all the different communities here, so yeah, make sure you say hello, and yeah, I will say hello back to you. All good stuff. But yeah, let's move on to a nice bit of a Bitcoin breakdown to start us off today. That's gonna work. I think that completely went the wrong way, but hey ho, is what it is. Yeah, starting off with Bitcoin breakdown, guys. We're gonna be doing Bitcoin here on the midterm time frame and just getting sort of a sentiment as to what we think could be happening here for Bitcoin today. Okay, so just referencing last week, didn't have a stream on Monday, my bad, kind of messed that up there, but yeah, we're good to go today, back on the schedule here. So yeah, we're going to be streaming Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon, UTC +7, guys, across platform as well. So yeah, building on last week's trade. Okay, last week's trade did consist of a nice move to the downside. We did go through that. It was a 0.5 to 1 risk reward ratio regarding our TP to stop loss here, and that clearly came in really nicely. And the next trade that we were lining up here, guys, which we did on, I think was it Friday's stream last week? I think Friday's stream last week, we lined this up for a potential breakout scenario. That clearly happened as well, and again we did line up this bad boy here. So in terms of predictions since Friday, it's actually been really nice here. We've actually made a couple of decent trades here, so Bitcoin has been performing in our favor, which is good to see. We did actually plot this in last week, and I didn't get into it. Okay, so I did miss this, unfortunately, but if you did get involved with it, nice 1.27% on the cards there. So yeah, let's get rid of these trades and let's start a fresh chart here today, and let's see if we can get some sort of a preferred direction in which we think Bitcoin is going to be heading, and that way we can be lining ourselves up for potential Bitcoin trades and also potential altcoin trades as well, because if we're looking at potential breakouts on altcoins and Bitcoin is favorable in that direction as well, then it's very likely that the Bitcoin dominance will throw us that way, and we can make some nice gains. Okay, so yeah, overall, looking at Bitcoin today, we're going to be just starting on the 4-hour, guys, and you can see we have actually tumbled down straight back down into this falling parallel channel chart pattern. Okay, so first thing, it's bearish. We are back in this chart pattern, which means that we do have resistance to contend with. Okay, we got resistance to contend with. Essentially means, guys, that this area is a point of resistance at around 61.1. Definitely a point to really be looking out for there. And I probably would expect to tap to the upside. Just looking at this chart, guys, after seeing quite significant dumps to the downside, quite aggressive for a midweek dump. You would usually expect this to be happening on a Thursday. That's when you do usually, on average, see quite a big dump here for Bitcoin, and basically went from 62.2 all the way down to 60,500. Okay, so pretty aggressive there. Usually now, for a Wednesday, we probably will see a little bit of upside. Okay, a little bit of upside for a bit of a retracement here, and likely to see resistance points at around 61.1 to be tapped there. Nothing too crazy because we are trading at 60,900 here, so it's probably a $200 move there, but there is definitely a sort of an upwards potential coming through. And if we are looking at the stochastic quickly on the QI on the hourly, you can see that we're on a lower side here in terms of momentum. We are on a lower side in terms of stochastic, and again we do have money flow is actually coming right down into the negatives here. So money is flowing out of Bitcoin here on the hourly, which is a bearish sign. But what I would say about that, guys, is it's quite likely we do have a little spike to the upside beforehand. Then it levels out the stochastic, levels out the momentum, which is extremely it's not oversold, because that's not what momentum is. That's the relative strength index, but it's extremely low for a momentum point. And usually when you see low momentum points like this, as you can see just about here, guys, low momentum point, you see a really nice big spike up in the chart. Low momentum point, massive spike in the chart here. Can we get any more examples here? Low momentum point, it's a terrible example, but yeah, low momentum point, you do see a bit more downside, but then after that it is natural to have that that retracement after having that low end momentum here. Okay, so that's sort of what we're looking for today, just referencing the quantum insight indicator, the stochastic, the money flow, and the key area of resistance for this micro chart pattern, which we have been exploring for quite a while now. Okay, quite a while. That's all the way back in June, the start of June there. So yeah, nearly a month or so we've been in this chart pattern. Okay, yes, there is other chart patterns out there now, guys. Okay, so let's draw some of them in and get rid of these couple of these horizontals here, because we kind of know what we're doing on that front. We are still going to leave this trend line in because we know it's going to be very, very valid in terms of a resistance point here, resistance point there, resistance point there. Okay, so it's very likely that the Bitcoin does actually see resistance from this point after seeing this momentum come back up to the upside. Okay, so just to summarize that, guys, likely going to come up here, test 61.1, and then probably head back down from there. Obviously, we can get more data here. We're going to get more indicators involved, and we're going to see what else we can sort of get from this. Okay, so let's have a little look in terms of what we're seeing in chart pattern wise. I mean, you can see straight away we're actually on a potential breakout scenario to the downside, which is interesting. Okay, because this is a rising wedge chart pattern, which would look somewhat like this. Okay, and I'm just going to get rid of these for a second so you guys can see this. Don't want to confuse the new traders out there. You can see rising wedge chart pattern, guys. This technically is a bear flag because it's a rising wedge chart pattern at the bottom of this this downtrend here for Bitcoin, which usually would mean continuation to the downside. Okay, which would mean essentially continuation here, and a measure move for that point could look somewhat like so. Okay, so we take that measure move and we basically bring that down to where this breakout point actually is, and it sort of gives us a price prediction for Bitcoin to give us sort of a point to aim for here. Okay, so you can see I'm plotting in potential take profits here if we are looking to short Bitcoin, if that is going to be sort of the macro sentiment here that we're sort of looking for. Okay, I mean, there is a breakdown scenario. It is pretty juicy. It's pretty big here. There's definitely money to be made here, but again, the momentum is too low. So I'm gonna be waiting cautiously. This is one of those ones where you want to wait cautiously for a few of the other indicators to give sort of a bearish signal, because right now this is all saying bullish. Okay, stochastic is low, momentum is low. That needs to retrace. We can't just head down drastically from here. And if we do head down drastically from here, I mean, it's not impossible, but it's just we like to have more indicators on our side, right? We don't want to just go into this with 2 or 3 confluences when if we're patient, we could get 10 confluences later on, potentially get a better entry and avoid stop losses, etc. All of that good stuff there, right? So yeah, the key for this position right now for Bitcoin is basically be patient and wait, and we should see some downside coming through later on, potentially in the day, potentially in the week here. Okay, so I'm going to be moving across now to the here Optimist coming through in the chat saying, good morning, why is BTC so boring? Yeah, it's not been great recently, right? It's been not great, but yeah, there's definitely money to be made here, I think. And I see Cylinder as well. Sorry, I'm pretty terrible at reading. Can trade and make money, but Can't read very well, it is what it is. Can you please take a look at Casper? Yeah, Hero Optimist, no, it's Mr. Miles that likes Casper, right? So yeah, we will have a little look at Casper when we get to the altcoin assessment part of the show, just breaking down the big daddy of crypto right now, and that's Bitcoin, to get the sort of sentiment of Bitcoin. And then once we have the sentiment of Bitcoin, it can give us a better direction on trading altcoins for the day, right? So we will get into that very, very shortly. But yeah, I'm going to move across to the 4 hour, because I want to look at the quantum insight on the 4 hour here for Bitcoin, and probably some volume-weighted ATR bands here. A very, very good amount of indicators there. And we've actually lost all major volume-weighted ATR bands here, guys. So that's very interesting. That's actually a very bearish sign here for Bitcoin. I do want to bring up the 4 hour, because I do remember seeing the 4 hour in a strong position here for Bitcoin. Maybe a little bit lower. Yeah, it's actually a little bit lower than I thought. Oh no, it's just down here. Okay, so this is very interesting, because the 60-minute is progressionary, the 4 hour is digressionary, and that means 60-minute is bullish, 4 hour is bearish. So if we do come down to these levels here, guys, we can expect quite a strong bounce off the 60-minute, and that is going to be a very lucrative profit area for us to be taking profit on our short position here, and that is going to be at 59,700 at this current time, depending on what Bitcoin will do. But yeah, overall, it is looking bearish, guys, for a potential breakdown here. Again, I would be staggering my TPs here along these crucial points. I don't want to collude the chart too much here, but you can see that we do have. Let me get rid of this for a second, guys. You can see that we do have a trap zone here, which is basically essentially a trap out of that chart pattern here, out of this bear flag, where we could see a potential bounce point. So this is definitely going to be a take profit of ours. Okay, so that's going to be first TP. Probably not going to be getting in until we lose this area. Okay, probably this white horizontal here. When we lose that, it's quite likely that we do see us dump down even further. That's sort of the confirmation that we're looking for there. And yeah, overall, Bitcoin does look bearish, but again, stochastic, you can see right down at the low pinnacle point here. So this is an indication that we are going to see a bit more upside for Bitcoin on the short term. Okay, so we don't want to be jumping in crazy short positions, 100x short right now. You're likely to get wrecked. We just want a few more confluences in our favor. And again, guys, another strategy that we use here on the Quantum Insight is a main anchor scenario and then a potential sub-anchor scenario. And what this means is it's basically a reversal in momentum when a reversal in momentum that is essentially pushing us to the upside. Okay, and at this point in time, guys, we haven't broke this momentum to the downside in a significant period. Okay, so when you do see something like this or something like this, it's very likely that you do see a significant move to the upside. So right now, that's sort of what we're looking out for there. So the moment that we do see a bit of a bullish sign here for Bitcoin, we're going to be looking at all of these triggers essentially for a move to the upside. Once we've had that move to the upside, we're not going to be longing this because obviously trend is your friend out here, guys, and longing this is not favorable in my opinion. I mean, you could go for a breakout long scenario like here. And actually, it does actually line up quite nicely here for another move to the upside. So maybe you could long this. Maybe you could long this if the Quantum Insight is going to give us all of the signals that we require here. And this is just basically a trap to the downside here. So yeah, I'd say both things are up for debate. But on the macro, let's jump to the macro time frame here, guys, because this is where the juice is really happening. Okay, this is where it's getting a bit choppy and very, very interesting. Okay, so let me get rid of my TA for a second and let's talk bull market barrier. Okay, bull market barrier, guys. This essentially is a very important indicator which tells us key levels throughout a bull market, essentially. Okay, so if we flash back to previous bull markets here on the weekly, you can see really, really clean when we're nice and blue. We're seeing insane price action to the upside. When we do see us test and flirt around in this yellow-ready sort of area in the bull market barrier, this is where it sort of flips a bit negative, a bit bearish, okay? And too right, okay? Because after seeing such a significant move to the upside, you need steady pullbacks, okay? So if we flash back to previous bull market as well, guys, this is very interesting point, because if you look at the central point of the bull market barrier here, this is what we really need to be looking out for here. You see this, the bull market's obviously starting around this area, coming up, claiming the bull market barrier here, flipping blue, super bullish there, coming back into this orange, this yellow sort of section. This is where you see the uncertainty, the sideways action coming into fruition. Once you clear that back blue, it's money time, okay? It's money time. So the point that I do want to reference here is going to be this central point for the bull market barrier. You can see the support that we get on this and have got on it continuously. And you can see throughout this cycle, we didn't actually lose this central zone for a while. And when we did lose the central zone, or even started to test it with multiple weekly candles here, that's when we saw the initial big dip of January 2018, right? So and that obviously sent us from $19,000 Bitcoin all the way down to $6,000 Bitcoin, okay? So this is a very pinnacle point that we need to be looking out for in this cycle, okay? And I will get into a bit more detail here, guys, because just using that data of previous cycles and this bull market barrier indicator, which is completely free, by the way. If you want to go download this, you can just go to your indicators section on TradingView and just type in bull market barrier, and it's by a guy called Firefly TA. And yeah, so we're basically looking pretty bearish, unfortunately, guys. Looking pretty bearish here to lose this bull market barrier here. If we lose the bull market barrier here, we need to look at market structure, okay? And market structure is very important here for Bitcoin just in general. So let's get rid of a few different things here, because I don't want to confuse any newer traders out there. And yeah, you can see these are the higher low confirmed market structure points, okay? For you guys that can't see on the vertical side of things, let me zoom in a little bit here. So we've got 19.5, we've got 24.7, 38.6, and unconfirmed currently 56.6, okay? And what this essentially means, guys, is if we are respecting higher low market structure on the weekly, then we're technically in a lovely bull market, lovely uptrend here. Trend is your friend, you know that story, right? So what we're looking for here is essentially breaking the unconfirmed higher low, which is currently set at 56. If we lose that, then I will be looking for a lovely, juicy short position. Probably would want to bring in the volume weighted ATR bands a bit more here, down to probably the daily and the weekly for around 8 or 9% there. But just please be aware, this could be a sort of a free fall scenario when that does happen. So it is sort of a DCA from a spot perspective. Don't over leverage yourself here. But essentially, guys, even if we pull back down to 38.6, okay, this is super important. Even if we come down to 38.6, we're still in a bull market. We're still in a bullish trend. Market structure is still strong as long as we hold that level, okay? So that's definitely a point that we really need to be looking out for there. And buying the hell out of Bitcoin at that level, right? 38K, that's a juicy price target. And that does make me want to go on to some news here for Bitcoin about the Mt. Gox situation here. And if you guys don't know about this, then this is definitely some information that you need to be taking into consideration here for Bitcoin, for crypto, because this is going to drastically affect the price in the next coming months, okay? Let me go into that now. And if you are new to the channel, guys, I'm streaming Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon UTC +7, okay? Just jump into the chat quickly before we go into that news. We've got Rex coming through. Nice to see you on the stream there, Rex. Where do you see BTC topping this cycle? Interesting question. I think at this point in time, we're probably going to see us range between the all-time high and, if we don't lose 56, right? Ideally, what I think for Bitcoin right now is a ranging period between this area, right? A ranging period between this area, because from an institutional standpoint, you're going to be buying up the hell out of Bitcoin. I mean, all the ETFs that passed, if you see Bitcoin at these lower levels, you're just going to be scooping it up, right? You're going to be accumulating. So I don't think we're going to be hanging down in this area too long if we do get there. But I don't see us really breaking all-time highs anytime soon either, right? Because obviously it's a bearish summer, always happens. After the halving, you have a bit of sideways, and usually start of October, end of October is that's when we start to really see the bulls really come back after usually a bloody September, right? So got got to get all that out the way, all that shit out the way essentially. And then once that's done, then we can really look for some really strong higher price targets, right? And in terms of a price target for BTC, for myself, I think 100K is a given. It's pretty much 100% we're going to get there. But I do think we are going to have a bit of trouble around that area, right? I mean, we've got Fibonacci extension levels and stuff like that we can take into consideration. But I think 100K is just going to be a massive take profit point for a lot of people. So I do think we're going to probably slam down quite aggressively from there. In terms of how high in the cycle, I think on the stock and flow model, it's actually predicted like this cycle. I mean, it's like a 365-day MA that we've hit every single time after every single halving. And last cycle, I think the target was 65. And this cycle, I get shot for saying this, but the target is actually like 400 and I think $460,000 for one Bitcoin, right? So it's, we've hit it every cycle, so that's, who knows, right? Yeah, that's the stock and flow target for the on-chain data there. But yeah, who knows? But yes, let's talk about that news regarding Mt. Gox, guys, because it's going to be not great for you guys on vertical. Apologies, I haven't got it configured, but I will. If you just listen like sort of a podcast, then you should be able to understand. Okay, so Mt. Gox basically. Oh no, I just clicked the wrong mouse thing. Hold on. Bear with me. There we go. All the buttons on my mouse, right? But yeah, so basically, CNBC have released an article about Mt. Gox. Now, we know, obviously, CNBC is a very largely respected around the world news reporting station, right? And the fact that they're reporting on this essentially is a bearish sign. Because the news is bearish, and this will probably scare a few investors, guys. So that's one thing we need to take into consideration here. And the news about Mt. Gox essentially is, basically, Mt. Gox was an exchange back in, I think, 2014, and they dealt with 70% of all Bitcoin transactions. Okay, so you can imagine the volume that these guys were dealing with here, right? 70% of all Bitcoin transactions. Now, what happened? They got hacked, right? They got hacked and they got obliterated, and then they ended up filing for bankruptcy. Now, the hack was, let's have a little look here. The payout comes more than 10 years after the platform went under following a series of heists that cost the exchange 950,000 Bitcoin. Okay, so I guess that's how much was stolen, 950,000 Bitcoin. Now, they're actually returning after, I think, 10 years here. They're actually returning a lot of this Bitcoin to essentially the users that was hacked from, okay? Because it wasn't the user's fault. Obviously, I don't know if they have to return it, but I think they're doing it out of goodwill, or the SEC have got involved. I'm not too sure on that factor though. But the real juicy point that we need to take away from this, guys, is the fact that this amount of Bitcoin back in 2014 wasn't worth that much. Now it's worth $9 billion, right? Now it's worth $9 billion. So what does that mean? It means that people who were trading back in 2014 and got hacked and probably had 90% of their portfolio taken away from them, and it probably wrecked quite a few people, they're getting reimbursements now, like big money, and they're getting paid in Bitcoin. So what does this tell you? It tells you that we could see quite a significant sell-off from the amount of Bitcoins that are actually coming back onto the live market here. Because if you think of the price of Bitcoin back in 2014, we can actually flash to that very quickly. 2014, I think it was down like $200 or something stupid. Yeah, it was this period here, right? Yeah, $400, $200, that sort of area here, and $800 as well. And now obviously we're priced at around $60,000. So you can imagine the gains that these people have made here. So they're likely to sell off a lot of Bitcoin. Not to mention loan companies that potentially have bought up the debt of people from being hacked, etc., etc., etc. So there is basically $9 billion worth of bearish Bitcoin potentially coming onto the market here. Don't know how the distribution is going to work in terms of how fast they're going to be sending it out, but it would make sense for quite a serious price correction, having this much supply being injected back into the market here. So I just wanted to cover that with you guys and just show you and tell you my opinion on that, because I do think that we are probably going to see some downside from that. Okay, we need to basically be vigilant for that, because it's very likely that it's going to happen essentially, right? Now the downside could be all the way down to 38k. I know it's quite hard to imagine that, but we've lost we're nearly losing the bull market barrier here. We haven't got a confirmed higher low market structure point until 38k. We're back down in this chart pattern here. We're coming into a bearish summer. We didn't get the conviction on the quantum insight in terms of the money flow trend lines and the momentum that we were looking for to start our initial big early run here. So I hate to say it. I really do hate to say it, guys, but it's looking bearish. It's looking pretty goddamn bearish in my opinion, okay? So just, and I'm not like every other YouTuber that's going to say it's bullish and, or every other streamer now. I'm on all these platforms. I'm not just going to say it's bullish because it helps out the channel. If it's bearish, it's bearish. In my opinion, it's bearish right now. We might see a bit of upside if you look at the stochastic on the weekly. We're really quite low here. But again, no matter what happens, in my opinion, with the amount of Bitcoin coming onto the market from Mt. Gox, and also all these indicators that we have lost here, and market structure, it's not looking that great. We might see a bit of upside to trap some people out up to around 67, 68, and then a dirty dump after that. But the price movement that we saw from 25k up to all-time highs was not slow. It was super, super fast, and it consisted of a 3x for Bitcoin. And in terms of a significant pullback for Bitcoin that we haven't seen yet, the average for the pullbacks are around 23% or something. They're really, really, 21% there. And you can see here from all-time high to 56k, that is 23.7, and previous pullbacks that we have seen 20%, 22%. So you can see the average pullback level here is nothing compared to the actual to the explosion in the price. Okay, so it's another sign that we are due a bit more of a heavier correction to the downside, unfortunately. Don't want to be the bearer of bad news. The bearer of bad news. Should probably use that. That's quite good. Yeah, the bearer of bad news here, but yeah, it's not looking great for Bitcoin overall, guys. Moving on. Sentiment is bearish today for Bitcoin, for a potential move to the downside, but we are going to be vigilant of this area while trading. If Bitcoin does climb and levels out in terms of consolidation above 61.3, then we can be flipping a little bit bullish here on the micro timeframes, because it will be looking pretty juicy overall for quantum insight strategy to be coming through. And also back in chart patterns, bullish momentum from these zones usually can be quite nice there. So we can take that information into our altcoin assessment, which we are going to be doing next. And then after altcoin assessment, guys, I know a lot of you are eagerly waiting for Shitcoin Showdown. It's become like the favorite part of the show. So yeah, we will get to Shitcoin Showdown very, very soon. Did bang on about Bitcoin for about half hour there, so apologies. But yeah, I missed Monday's stream. So yeah, didn't really get that much information out there, right? But yes, let's go. We've got altcoin assessment coming next. Let's go for it. Now, altcoin assessment, guys. Portal. I can actually talk a bit about Portal. I do want to talk about a little bit about this project, guys, very, very shortly, because it's something that came across from someone I know. Actually told me about it, and yeah, it doesn't actually look bad from a utility standpoint, and it's quite a low cap right now. I think it's at like 100 mil market cap, so definitely want to watch there. But yeah, just going to jump to the chat quickly. We've got V Patil saying good morning. Super logical you are. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. And if you are finding value at all from this stream, whichever platform you are watching on, drop a little like. Does help it out tremendously. Trying to grow the channel here, and yeah, that'd be cool if you could do that. Do appreciate it. But yeah, let's talk about Portal, guys. So Portal is a coin that, as I said, someone told me about, and it's essentially the technology that they've created here. I don't want to mess this up, but as I'm not too logical, I'm not too not too informed about the tech side of some of these projects, as it is very new blockchain tech. So I don't want to say the wrong thing, right? And apologies if I do that. So yeah, Portal is essentially what their technology is. It's a multi-chain utility. So they can take a coin and essentially make it multi-chain. I don't know how they do that, but yeah, that's sort of the utility. And there's another one as well called Wormhole, and they're essentially doing the same thing. But Portal is quite a big competitor to that. It didn't launch too long ago either. It's been horrific in terms of the chart. It's been absolutely horrific. But in terms of the tech for adoption here, if this is super legit, and it does sound legit, and it looks pretty good there, and I'm seeing a few different projects utilize Wormhole and also Portal's multi-chain technology. If this is going to be widely adopted, if this is going to be widely adopted across the board, across projects here, then yeah, it's got some really, really big potential coming through into the next sort of cycle here. And obviously we're hitting lows in terms of the price, but utility-wise, it's looking pretty good. But anyway, let's move on from Portal. If you guys got any requests, make sure you put them in the chat, and I will I'll get to them. If you are trying to chat on X or anywhere else, and I'm not seeing it, then please jump over to YouTube, cryptochesterg, search it, and you'll see me live, and you can basically talk to me and request coins there. Good stuff. But I did see Casper as a request from Selena, so let's jump to Casper quickly. If it's gonna load, that'll be good. God, that tea is unbelievable. Okay, so yeah, Casper is doing insanely well recently. Have we seen new all-time highs? Seriously? Again? We have. Unbelievable stuff from Casper. Casper is killing it yet again. Really nice to see there. I know a lot of people are super bullish on Casper, and we are seeing, obviously, all-time high after all-time high after all-time high. Especially in this market. That's a very, very bullish thing here. We did actually have a strategy for this that we went through last week. Let me just bring up the volume weighted ATR bands and see. Yes, this was it. Yeah, so the strategy for Casper that we built last week was on the daily, okay, and essentially it is, once we've been trading above the volume weighted ATR bands for a significant amount of time, then we lose them, we enter a short position. Okay, a short position down to the market structure lows, I presume. You can see here, trading above them for a significant amount of time. We lose them here. We short position down. You would have actually shorted there using this strategy. Probably wouldn't have been stopped out if you're doing one-to-one here. But yeah, you can see it's quite a nice little strategy that we came up with. Not really going to be touching on that today. But yeah, overall, the success rate doesn't seem too bad. We could be getting to a position if we were above it here, but we haven't really seen that come into fruition there. So can't really be looking at that. But let's look at the potential for a Casper trade today. So I'm going to be jumping down to the 4-hour time frame here. Jimmy says, morning, mate. Any thoughts on Pendle? We can have a little look at Pendle. I haven't done that much research on Pendle, but I've come across it before. So might have some TA already on there. But yeah, Casper, let's I want to try and find a trade for Casper, because this is obviously behaving super bullish, all-time high after all-time high after all-time high. So it's definitely something that that we can sort of be picking apart here. I'm just gonna go through and just nuke my chart a bit here, because I want some fresh trend lines. I'm just gonna whack this through really quickly, guys, because I don't want to waste your time. I'm just going to do simple, very, very simple support and resistance levels for us to be using as a reference point here. And the way to really be doing trend lines effectively here is you want to start on the macros. So you can see what I've done. I've just come to the weekly. I'm drawing in the most obvious trend lines that we can see in terms of support and resistance points here. And then what you do, you just come down, completely just slowly going down these down these time frames, and then you get more of a broader picture. You can see the daily, it still holds up quite nicely there, because the the more macro the trend lines, the more valid they are in terms of resistance points, as you can see. So yeah, you could have actually been looking for a potential short here if we had those trend lines drawn in. Is what it is. But in terms of momentum here, there could actually be a short position to the downside if Bitcoin is going to take a little bit of a leg down. So this is definitely a point to be looking out for there. And the reasoning why at this point in time, guys, is because you can see Fibonacci 0.236 retracement on the 4-hour. That could mean if we lose that as a support level, we could see a nice 8% move down to the 0.382, man. Come on, use your words. So yeah, definitely something to look out for there. We are rejecting aggressively off all major volume weighted ATR bands, the 8-hour, the 12-hour. What's that other one hidden in there? Let's have a look. The daily as well. Bloodbath. But after all-time high, what can you sort of expect here? One thing that I do want to say as well about the all-time high scenarios here for Casper is, unfortunately, yes, we are breaking all-time highs, but momentum to break all-time highs does seem to be slowing down because the breaking points are a little bit smaller continuously here, guys. So that does indicate that we are due a pullback here for Casper. Can we capitalize on this pullback? It's very, very likely. Let's look at the quantum insight and see what that is saying here. Stochastic on the absolute low here on the 4-hour. This is an indication that we're going to see a potential bounce here on the Fibonacci 0.236 level here. That would not surprise me at all. We've got a main anchor. This would be a sub anchor. We do have bullish AI signals coming through on the lower side as well. We don't have the AI cross, which is looking something along the lines of this, guys. We don't have the AI cross. Sometimes it's hidden underneath this signal here. Try to find an example of that. There we go, just under there. You can see our little red underneath the arrows there. That's sort of the double confluence we're looking for there. So if we can get that just after seeing this low momentum, then actually there is a potential for a long position to the upside. Nothing too crazy here. It's going to be a super scalpy long. So let's good look at potential areas for that, I guess. That would probably be real simple, around 2.5% to the upside if we're going to get that signal on the QI there, and that will consist of probably something along the lines of this, and referencing a lot of other indicators as well, right? Referencing a lot of other confluences. Okay, so we need this. We need we've got the main anchor, we've got the sub anchor, we've got the stochastic. We don't have money flow right now. Okay, so money flow is usually a great thing to use here, and we capitalize on the flow of money back into the opposite side here. And what I mean by that, guys, is you can see we've got bullish money flow. This is, I know it's a bit colluding here, but you can see these blue circles here. That is a bullish money flow. You can see where we cross over back to bearish money flow. Okay, same scenario here to the other side. So this is actually the point that we're looking to capitalize on. Okay, this is the point we're looking to capitalize on, that switch. And as you can see here, just for a point of reference, guys, we've got main anchor, we've got sub anchor, we've got stochastic. We don't have the AI signals, so it would be a no trade. But just for an example here, if we are going to be looking at a reversal point, let's get a little line in there just so we can get that pretty much bang on. We're banking on that money flow reversal here. Stochastic coming down, main anchor, sub anchor. Let's have a little look at the chart. What do you know? Really nice, smooth downtrend there for us to capitalize on. Perfect for the reversal. So essentially that's sort of what we're looking for here, for a bit of a bullish move to the upside here, if we can get those confluences. If we can get those confluences here on the QI. Definitely something to be looking out for there. And again, with Bitcoin potentially having a little cheeky bounce here, just saw $61,000. Interesting stuff. But yeah, overall doesn't look too shabby for Casper. If we don't do that and we lose the Fibonacci there and Bitcoin takes a tumble, then I would expect the 0.382 to get touched pretty easily here. So Pendle is the coin of reference here. Okay, so let's jump to Pendle. God, that's a good cup of tea, man. Right, I've been streaming for 40 minutes here, so Gonna be speeding things up a bit here because I don't want to be streaming for longer than an hour. Otherwise, I wreck my throat. Sucks. Yeah, I'm gonna be using Mexi. Don't think I've got a chart on this, but I'm gonna be using Mexi here, just because of the for a data standpoint here, because you get a lot more data here with Mexi usually, because you get earlier exchange listing because it's like a tier 3 exchange, right? I'm just going to be plotting in market structure quickly, guys, so we can get a nice point of reference here. I did think I had some fair market low. I did think I had a bit of data here, but I haven't. So it's breaking high. This would be the confirmed higher low. Just gonna do this super quick, guys. Don't want to keep you guys here. I want to bore you anyway, but can't really do any valuable TA without strong market structure points. Okay. So interesting. That is all-time high. This is not quite lower high, but this is the unconfirmed higher low. So in terms of market structure, guys, just gonna turn these yellow. They're meant to be yellow, not green. My bad. In terms of market structure, right now, it's obviously bullish. It's a bullish market structure, but there is actually room for a move to the downside, okay? Because the most recent confirmed higher low point for Pendle right now is actually down at around $2.29, okay? That will be a retracement of gulp, 43.98%. So yeah, pretty rough to the downside. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if it does happen, you're actually still going to be in a bullish market structure regardless, okay? So just be prepared for fluctuation here because you haven't confirmed this area as your higher low just yet, okay? So that's what I'd say about that for now, and you won't be counting this as lower highs until you actually break market structure higher lows, okay? So that's going to be the point to be referencing there, but the unconfirmed higher low is currently sat at $3.81. If you can break the all-time high here, then super nice. You are going to see a new higher low market structure point be formed here. Okay, Jimmy says, what kind of tea? It's ginger, raspberry. I don't really know, actually. I know it's ginger, but they put like loads of raspberries and loads of other stuff in it as well. So it's like a ginger fruit concoction or something, right? It's pretty goddamn good. Kind of tastes like medicine, though. But it tastes good, right? It soothes the throat. So, yeah, we're winning on that front. But yeah, let's see if we can get some sort of trade for Pendle. One thing that I would say is that we've got volume weighted ATR bands colluding in this level around all-time high. That's bearish, unfortunately. If you do see a spike up, this is a pretty god mode short position here for Pendle, because volume weighted ATR bands colluding like this in a horizontal stance, near enough in a digressionary stance, obviously better in a digressionary stance, but all-time high test with the volume weighted ATR bands usually plays out to the downside, so just be aware for that. Now, momentum in terms of this area isn't too shabby. I do want to do this. And that is going to be essentially a parallel channel, guys, at the top of this uptrend. Not quite a bull flag scenario just yet, but it's definitely a point of reference here, okay? So these can actually break either way, to the upside and the downside here. But the point that I would be referencing here, and can we get some automatic Fibonacci retracement? That would be good. Why are you not working? On the daily, maybe? Can we work? No, the indicator's not going to work for us today. Okay. Oh no, I turned it off. There we go. Right. Yeah, so I actually wanted it the other way, but hey ho, it is what it is. We can draw it in manually. God damn it. Yeah, so we'll just get all-time highs to this level at this point in time. And the retracement level for this would be 0.236, and that would actually bring us up to $4.49 there. If you look at momentum bounces from this zone, they're actually pretty strong, okay? They're actually pretty strong. And we'll be looking at the quantum insight very shortly, because that will give us a determination as to whether we will see a bit more upside here. But I would see a Fibonacci retracement probably being quite prominent here did think we were going from that high there, but we're not. So yes, this basically means there's a less chance in us hitting that 0.236. So maybe that's not the hottest move right now. But in terms of if you're momentum trading, guys, there is potentially a move here. Don't know how big it's going to be, but you can see you've got a 32% there from this area, obviously. Ridiculous, 89% there. So there's still buying pressure, even inside of this chart pattern here. I mean, it wouldn't be bad long in here, coming down at $3.83 for a long up to retest the $4. That is favorable. You've got the volume weighted TTR band on the 8 hour. We know how valid that is here. We're not going to get the data here on Pendle, no, we're not. But yeah, that is potentially a lovely move there for Pendle. But yeah, I would just be cautious for now, guys, because if you do lose this level here, there is potential for a leg down here, especially if Bitcoin is bearish as well. The leg down would consist of something like this, and what do you know, that does put you down to the higher low market structure test that we established at the start of this. Do I think it's going to be a smooth dump to the downside? Probably not, right? You see quite nice buying pressure overall for this asset when you do see dumps. So momentum dump to the downside, big buying pressure. Momentum dump to the downside, buying pressure. Even here, guys, you're still seeing buying pressure from these wicks. These wicks are very attractive from an investor standpoint because it shows people are scooping this up at these levels. Okay, so if you do see a massive dump to the downside here, then I would expect the scoop up to come into fruition there. But that is going to be it for the altcoin assessment. Pendle had a big unlock for staked tokens this week. Interesting. Okay, interesting. That's probably bearish if there's a big unlock. We did see the same thing with Ethereum when Ethereum locked a load of tokens, and we did see the price actually dumped down from that point. So maybe the same thing with Pendle. And if that is, I would need to look at the stats on how much they're unlocking in comparison to the market cap and all that good stuff there. But yeah, that's a bearish sign. Okay, just using that information from a fundamental standpoint. Let's move on to Shitcoin Showdown. It's weirdly becoming my favorite part of the show. And we are being spammed with ETHFi, whatever that is. If it's going to work, there we go. Here we go. What is happening on my stream? What's all the green? That is not ideal. No. Okay, that's really bad. Okay, I don't know what's going on with that. There must be some. Is it a color key here? Guys, let me know if you're streaming, if you're watching the stream on vertical. I look like I'm in the Matrix. This is terrible. What is happening? Okay. Okay, see if I can fix this quickly because obviously it's not great. Let me have a little look. It's doing it on my screen. Yeah, not great. Hopefully you guys aren't experiencing the same thing, but we'll just carry on. Is what it is. Is it happening? Has it been happening the whole time? Hold on. It might be my PC. One sec. Let me just jump back to yeah, it is. It's happening across everything. I'm not being hacked. That'd suck. Right. Anyway, let's carry on with Shitcoin Showdown today. So the coin in question today, hopefully you guys can see it because I can't see that you can, but it is what it is. Shitcoin Showdown today is interesting. We've seen some celebrity coins launching. We've seen some celebrity coins rugging. It's been a bit of a bloodbath out there in the meme space right now. And there is quite a lot of controversy with celebrity coins right now. Obviously, you guys know. LR says, yes, I can see that, Lol. Yeah, thank you for letting me know, LR. Yeah, it's the green over on that side, right? I don't know what's going on. Must be some ultra key stuff. But yeah, we have seen some interesting controversy in the celebrity meme coin space at the moment. Obviously, you guys know I'm invested in Jason Derulo, and it's doing fairly well. The chart looks pretty good. I mean, we have had a significant pullback, but it's not a rug. It's just uncertainty in the market in comparison to the celebrity meme coin sort of space right now, because a lot of celebrity meme coins, for example, let's jump to Sean Kingston. I don't know if this is actually Sean Kingston himself, but you can see it's clearly not a great chart. Okay, it's clearly not a great chart. It's been live for 7 hours. It's basically bought in, loads of people bought in. This essentially, the devs have probably sold their supply. Is what that looks like anyway. Some obviously we can go into the blockchain forensics of it, but yeah, not great. And this is the problem with celebrity meme coins at the moment, guys. It's just kind of ruining the sort of space, because a lot of people aren't liking celebrity meme coins, because, and that's the next one, Sweeney, I don't know who Sydney Sweeney is, but apparently she's launched her own meme coin. You can see straight away, instant rug. And this is what, like, I think Crypto Ran was saying it yesterday, obviously the guy from Crypto Banter, I was in a Spaces, and he was saying basically it's great for celebrities to be getting into crypto. It really, really is great, because if you think about Jason Derulo, for example, he's got an audience of, I don't know, 150 million followers across his platforms. If it's done in the correct way, then think of the onboarding process and the onboarding of users into the crypto space, which is what we all want. At the end of the day, we want the mass adoption for crypto. And if you've got an influencer with that reach, or sorry, an artist or a celebrity, if you will, with that reach, and they can leverage that and bring in even 5% of their audience, that's insane for crypto. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. You've got like 100 million people, like you bring in 5%, that's 5 million new people in the crypto space, right? So, yeah, just echoing what he was saying a bit there. But yeah, it's super, super important that celebrity, if it is Jason Derulo or if it's Sean Kingston or any of these other rugs, then it's super important that they do it the right way and they're consistent with it. Otherwise, it can actually have the complete opposite effect. And if you've got that happening with someone with a reach of 150 million people and they rug, or there's a bad narrative attached to their brand through the meme coin space, through crypto, it all just falls back to crypto, and essentially it turns people away, new investors away from crypto, and it kind of ruins the mass adoption side of things there as well. So what we sort of need here is a dedicated celebrity, potentially Jason Derulo. He's given all the green flags. He's having all the meetings. I think he had a meeting with Binance yesterday. He's obviously talking to big advocates in the space. He was on Spaces with Jake Gagane. Can't say his name right, but yeah, on Spaces with him yesterday, and obviously Crypto Ran from Crypto Banter as well. So he's talking to the right people, he's doing the right thing, but it's more the consistency of it, and not essentially rugging your audience, because again, it can have a bad effect there. So if we are going to see these celebrity coins keep launching in the meme space, they need to do it with conviction. Otherwise, it's going to be detrimental. Okay, so that's sort of what I'm trying to say there. Shitcoin Showdown. Yeah, let's do a request for live streaming. I know he's been quite persistent there. Alt USDT. Let's have a little look here. Apologies for the screen. It just looks terrible. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have done USDT. Used to trading view. $5 months ago, 28 months ago, 11 days ago. 28 days ago. Yeah, I think horizontal looks fine, but vertical looks terrible. Not great. But yeah, that request isn't good. Nubby is trending #1 at the moment on Solana, and that is, we'll see us looking really bullish, but super early. We've obviously got our checklist that we go through, and bullish chart is one of them. It's looking good. Liquidity is over 10%. Again, that is a good sign here. It's at 687K market cap, so not very high at all. Let's have a look at the liquidity. Liquidity is burned 100%. holders. If we do this for the wallet distribution side of things, guys, and top 10 holders are just above 1% or so, which is a bullish sign, and below that is below 1%. So that is another green flag in the book there. Now we look at the project and how much has actually been dedicated to this. I just had a security alert go off actually saying this website was created 2 days ago. So that's the first thing that tells us that it's potentially a rug. What's going on there? A billion supply looks pretty good. I mean, in terms of a dedicated project and how much has been put into this, I could build this website in probably an hour. Like it's yeah, pretty terrible. So it's going to be a pass in my book. This will probably rug, and I mean the volume's good, but yeah, it's a pass in my book in terms of time spent on the project. Not great, not good at all. Let's look at Landlord. What's next? It's actually caught my eye because the chart. This is what I had at the start of the stream, right? This caught my eye because the chart is actually is fairly bullish, man. Like obviously it launched and then it had a little bit of a dirty downtrend rug scenario, but after that it took off quite aggressively. What's happening outside with the Thai people moving some stuff? I live in Thailand, by the way, right? Just random Thai people on my street. So yeah, you can see here that the chart is actually genuinely bullish. Landlord, I guess this is some sort of play. Yeah, again, another security alert. This website was created 2 days ago. So this is basically potentially a pump and dump scenario here. Got the graphics. Doesn't look too shabby. Wealthiest landlord on Solana. It's not just rich, he's Trump's. Okay. So it's basically a MAGA Trump landlord Jeep intern play. I guess. Right? I don't really know. But yeah, chart looks good. Time spent on project, not the hottest in the world, but potentially one to watch at 838k market cap. Liquidity's burnt. Liquidity's actually really high, actually. It's double what, nearly triple what I would have thought. Because usually we aim for around a 10% liquidity pool to sort of use as a reference point. But yeah, 213k is actually pretty good for Landlord. So yeah, that's definitely one to watch. And we will be doing potentially a call today for a coin, because you guys know we're averaging. We don't want to be putting out like loads of shit. I know it's Shitcoin Showdown, but we don't want to be putting out like bad calls essentially. So we do our research. We go through the list here, and I mean, we're aiming for like one decent play a week, like one seriously good play. We called Billy, massive bruise. We called Billy, Billy coin at, I think it was 2 mil market cap or something stupid, right? Didn't call it in the group, but we had it on the stream, and yeah, this group wasn't really running then. But yeah, 16 days ago we called it a 2 mil market cap. Now it's currently sat at like 100 mil market cap, right? So yeah, did really well there. We obviously called Jason the start of last week at a 2 mil market cap as well. That looked really good, and that all-time high at around 36 mil. Jason currently at 12.7 here. So overall it does look pretty rough on the daily here, but again, this is just the sort of the conviction celebrity side of things that is currently happening right now. I do think we've sort of found our floor here. I don't see us going lower than 10 mil here. Maybe if we get an impatient whale sell, but every time this has happened, it has been bought up continuously. Let's see a nice pump from 10 mil up to near enough 20 mil yesterday on the spaces. And Jason actually put out some news saying there's like a massive announcement tomorrow, essentially. But there was something that was rumored to be happening here, and that was Jason to becoming the ambassador for Binance. Okay, so kind of like how Messi is for BitGet, I do believe, and how Ronaldo did, I think, some NFT stuff for Binance as well. But apparently Jason he's having meetings with them and potentially doing something like that, right? And if that is going to happen, he said any money or any revenue that he does make from sponsorships, from partnerships, from himself, he's actually going to use it to buy back Jason, right? To pump the price or whatever. So yeah, it's bullish overall, I think. And again, it's his reputation. It's not going to rug it. he rugs it, then it's just horrific, right? Great, let's short these to 0. Yeah, so if he rugs it, then it's completely against his reputation. So I really highly doubt that he's going to do that. Obviously, he's promoted some NFT projects previously, but hasn't everyone who's in the NFT space? And obviously, look at the NFT space now in comparison to what it was. So 99.9% of people have promoted NFT rugs who are in that space. I've never really been an NFT guy, so I haven't done that stuff. So, but in terms of conviction, in terms of other meme coins, in terms of bullish sort of sentiment overall and reliability of an asset, I am sticking with Jason, man. Let's look at some other charts. Let's see what we're looking at here. 4.3 mil for Mao, I guess. So just a cat, no website. Nope, skipping that. Bit pump and dump. You can see, again, probably another pump and dump. No website, no X account, no effort. Just trying to steal your money. Dev need to eat. Sean Kingston, likely a rug. Don't know if it's associated with Sean Kingston. Again, no website. Not great. Spike. What is Spike? And again, guys, it has to be trending. It's got to be trending on Dex Screener for us to get involved with it. Spike. Interesting. Okay. And I do want to look at one actually called Scrat, I think it's called. I think it's called Scrat. So we will look at that as well, because I think it's the rat from Ice Age. And it was doing quite well. I think it was a 50 mil market cap last time I looked. I didn't get involved with it, but the graphics and stuff actually look really good from one, a design aspect, and two, just from brand identity. They did a really good job there. I was a bit late to get in. I like the lower sort of plays with these, because when you see a meme coin kind of at 50 mil to 100 mil, it's kind of like, all right, I'm going to get in and I'm probably going to make 2x maybe. It's a lot lower chance of making a 2x on something at 50 mil that's just a meme coin that doesn't have the conviction, compared to whether you see it at like 2 mil or 5 mil, right? So yeah, I leave quite a few of those alone. But yeah, Spike, bullish chart looks good. Okay. We are seeing these dirty wicks, which obviously means big sell-offs to the downside here. Currently priced at $41.4 million market cap. I don't really understand this project right now, but it looks like Pepe, Brett, and Yellow Pepe are kind of elevating up like Lion King. Spike, the original, okay. Okay. This is poor, like, yeah, no. This is poor. It's too bad. It's too shit. Not going to be getting involved with this. Again, it's a 40 mil, right? So, a bit too late even if we wanted to. Doesn't look like they're buying up the chart, though. That is bullish. But yeah, overall website is trash. Let's have a little look, see what we got going on here. Sprite. Yeah, Slinky speaks for itself. Not even gonna entertain that. Ham. Okay. Is it gonna work? Is the internet gonna work? Ham and Solana. Dirty rug. Not getting involved with that. Sweeney we looked at, looking like a rug. Daddy. This is Tristan Tate. No, this is Andrew Tate. And you can see here that this would have potentially been an entry that I was looking for. Didn't get involved with it because it's just far too overpriced in my opinion now. Currently at $95 million market cap. Did see us up to the all-time high of around 350. Oh no, it's not $1 billion supply. Okay, yeah, that's why I did it. Okay, so you can see here 95 mil. So if we do a 2x on our investment there, the market cap would actually be 182.5 mil there, and the all-time high market cap would have been, my maths is going to serve me correctly, and around 220 maybe, yeah, 220, something like that. Interesting for a meme coin to be getting to that sort of level there, but yeah, far too late for Daddy. But it's interesting to see this is essentially forming an uptrend from now. Okay, and we know that Andrew Tate is still promoting this sort of stuff here. Sort of promoting this coin, right? So nothing is really standing out today, guys. Nothing is really standing out. I mean, we've got Friday to look at it as well. And again, we don't want to just get into bad plays, right? The one thing that wouldn't be bad from a charting perspective is Landlord, but I want to see how it holds this level, right? Because and I would like to look on the blockchain and see how the devs have been selling and etc. etc. But in terms of a chart, doesn't look too bad here. But momentum is slowly falling. I probably would look to get in at breakout scenario if that is going to happen, because then you're still only getting in at a mil here, and you might have a nice pump to the upside. But this is the kind of scenario where you want to go into the Telegram, you want to talk to people, you want to see what's good, see if they've got VC, and see if there's any sort of plans. Essentially, there's got to be structure in Memecoin launches, and the fact that they've launched and they're below a mil kind of is a red flag in itself, right? So yeah, hey, might be wrong, but yeah, that's what I would be looking at to do today. Any other ones? Nuggy, is that a chicken nugget? Not a clue what that is. Not even going to go into that. But yeah, that is pretty much Shitcoin Showdown today, guys. Obviously, the narrative and the meta right now is very celebrity meme coin. Everything else does seem to be falling short here. But it does open up the door for a new meta, because clearly what we're seeing here is King, which is obviously Sean Kingston, and we've got Sweeney, which is obviously that Cindy woman. We've got Daddy, and they're rugging. Most of them are rugging here. Obviously, Daddy's not rugging, and Jason's not rugging here, but a lot of them are rugging, and that essentially, when people get sick of it, they just wait for a new coin to come out here. So what we could be looking for here is a new meta, and that is obviously going to be a good new project to be getting involved with. Oh, there we go. There's Scrap. I nearly forgot about that one. So we can bring that up. Come on. Is it not working? Yeah, Scrap. 44 mil market cap. This is going to be an interesting one to watch. Chart doesn't look great here. But again, time spent on website overall. It's actually... I jumped on this website yesterday, and it does... this is sort of what we look for here from... a conviction play. It's got all the juice here. It looks pretty good. They've designed it really well. They've clearly got designers here, and overall, it's they've actually done a good job in terms of developing it. And you obviously see Pepe there. Nice how to buy guide. They're already listed on major centralized exchanges here, so that's bullish here. It's interesting that this is actually at 44 mil market cap. Yeah, it is interesting to me. Memecoin with no interesting value or expectation of financial return. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting point, right? Because this is where you can get listed on centralized exchanges, you can do all that stuff, but it's just not enough. You need to do more, and this is where the audience and stuff gets like impatient, and they move on to other projects. So that's probably why you see this chart sort of trending down like so. Interesting stuff. But yeah, that is going to be it from Shitcoin Showdown, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did in the comment section. And if you did, drop a little like on it. It does help us out tremendously in terms of the algorithms and all that good stuff. Okay, let's move on to... what was next? It was the trading tip of the day, which is number 5. There we go. Trading tip of the day today. Stay updated. Keep up to date with market news. Keep up with market news and events that could impact your trades. And for example, guys, Mt. Gox. We went through that at the start of the stream today regarding Bitcoin, and a very, very important bit of fundamental information there that could really affect the price of Bitcoin, right? Nothing to do with TA. It could really affect the price of Bitcoin because they're going to be potentially selling $9 billion worth of coins. And the fact that CNBC has reported on this, this is going out to a lot of eyes, which does create a bearish, fearful sentiment in the space as well. So again, stay updated with the news. Keep up with market news and events that could impact your trades. Another point that we need to be referencing here, guys, is something that I use here. It's called forexfactory.com. If you guys want to get this, you can. It's completely free. Just go onto their website. And what it does, it tells you about all of the things that are happening in Forex, okay? And what's important about this, guys, is if you see certain things happening with the dollar, then it's going to be affecting crypto because obviously we're paired to the USDT tether, and that is paired to the dollar, right? The dollar fluctuates in value. We see a crash on the dollar. We're likely to see a crash on crypto, on Bitcoin, okay? So yeah, just stay updated with the news. Essentially, is the trading tip of the day today. Forexfactory.com. If you want to go check that out. But yeah, that is gonna be it from me, guys. Do appreciate it. Is it happening now? Not sure what you mean. Yeah, what the Mt. Gox stuff? Yeah, essentially it is. Yeah, they've started, and I'm not sure the rate in how much they're selling and how much they're giving back to people, but I'm pretty sure it's already begun and started in July. Yeah, the start of July is what I read a couple weeks ago. So yeah, could cause some bearishness coming through, right? So yeah, just be prepared for that, guys. Be prepared for that. But yeah, that's gonna be it from me. Thank you ever so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I will be back Friday for another stream, and if you like it, drop a little like on it. And remember, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon, UTC +7. And yeah, I do appreciate